Any sound? Can you hear me? And how is the sound? How is the sound? Oh, okay, good. Can you hear the music in the background? Because it's really loud. They've got it really loud. That's why I'm wearing my headphones. Just to stifle the music a little bit. It's crazy how loud it is. A little, okay. All right, so today we're going to talk about YouTubers, of which I guess I'm one of them. Hey, Cyrus, how you doing, man? So as you can see, I'm in a different location today. I decided to, start checking some more places out around the house. I've been to most of them, and I came to this place, which is Casa Lapine, and they have them all over Bangkok. But there's one on Ramkhamhaeng Road. I don't remember exactly where it is, but it's towards Sukhumvit before Rama 9. And so I thought, oh, I'll go check that out. But I can't find it online. So maybe it's new. I don't know. And so I just checked it out and I said, oh, well, there's one over here. So this one's on Ramkhamhaeng, but it's in the other direction. And so I thought, well, I'll come down here, check it out, see what's going on. At least it's a different location. Now, something else I plan to do, I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but perhaps maybe a half hour in, 45 minutes in, I may walk out, catch a taxi, and go down to Tanam, what's it called? Talat Nam Kwan Riem, which is the Kwan Riem market, which I've been to many times, but it's been a long time since I've been there. I don't really want to eat anything because I'm not eating right now. I'm not eating until later on this afternoon, and I'm not. I don't know. I could have a coffee, I guess, but it's kind of a cool little place. You can go on a boat ride. I've shown it before, um, but it's kind of cool place, and a good place to come. Yeah, if you want to come with your girl, or you want to come with your girl and your kids, whatever, it's kind of a cool place. So maybe I'll go there. I'm not sure because I forgot my gimbal. I knew I had to bring my gimbal, but I brought my computer, and I'm like, oh, I got to bring the gimbal too. Well, that's going to take up more space, and I just forgot it. So basically, I need to kind of walk steady and then get down to the market and probably just find a coffee shop and just sit there and not walk around too much because I don't want a bunch of unstable footage. So anyway, like I said, today we're going to talk about how most YouTubers are completely full of it. They're full of it, if you know what I mean. This music is driving me nuts. I want to tell them that. I'm going to leave a comment later on because it's so loud. I can barely hear myself think. And I could just go over and go, oh, could you turn the music down a little bit? But I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the prick who's like, the music's too loud. Maybe if I was sitting here and I wasn't streaming, the music wouldn't be so loud or be too loud. So I don't really mind. Whatever. It is what it is. Anyway, so how's everybody doing? I'm doing fine. And finally, my wife and I have pulled the trigger and we're going to Surat um, for, let's see here, 4 days. We're going for 4 days. So that'll be nice. And that's coming up. And so I'm really looking forward to it, just to go down there and just check everything out. I'll film stuff. I'll see what's going on. Um, maybe I'll fly the drone around a little bit. We're only going for 4 days, so I'm bringing my bag, and I'm actually thinking about like telling the wife, hey, listen, let me take off from here. I'm gonna go somewhere else. You guys go to the airport. I'll be at the airport. From there, I'm gonna go somewhere else. I may do that. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on what we have planned. So, um, sometimes when you go onto YouTube, it's really an annoyance. Really, it's so loud I can't even hear myself talk. Um, I gotta tell him. I gotta tell him something. Let me see here. How can I do this? I guess it'll stay connected. Hopefully, it'll stay connected. All right, hang on a second. I just hate to. I don't know if they don't know how loud it is, or I don't know what it is, but like I'm sitting over here. You can't. They have it. Let me show you here. They have an upstairs, but you can't go up there. The girl's like, no, you have to stay on the first floor. I'm like, okay, whatever. You know. Anyway, I don't want to go over there. So, but I go onto YouTube. I mean, I don't go on that often, honestly. Maybe when I'm going to sleep, I just turn it on to see what's on. And I'll watch, documentaries. I watch UFC stuff. You know, I don't watch a whole lot of YouTube. I just don't watch that much TV anymore. Sometimes I'll watch an old movie or something like that, but I just don't watch all that much on TV. And usually I can find something to keep myself busy, but sometimes I go into YouTube. And I've just noticed, man, when it comes to Thailand, I've already said it. I've said this years ago. Thailand is done to death. It's overdone. Almost every single place that I've been, and I would say I've been probably more places than most people that ever come to Thailand. I mean, I have been just about everywhere in the country. Now, there's a few places I haven't been, but the point is, I don't like to go to tourist areas because they're overrun with foreigners. And what do I want to do that for? Especially if I've been there 10 times already. It's boring for me. And if it's boring for me, it's going to be boring for you, at least most of the time. I mean, I've gone down by Sukhumvit and been by the bars and all, and like girls are taking off their clothes. I mean, really, the red panties girl. I mean, I've had all the propositions, everything. And it's just boring. To me, it's boring. I want something fun, man, a little bit different. And that's why I'll just, I'd rather instead of going out and pissing away money, pissing away my time, going halfway across the city, I'd rather just sit at a coffee shop and relax and figure out what is my next trip. Now, going to Surat, our land changes all the time. We've already put in the durian and we're getting ready to put in our fish farm. And my wife is really, she's going all out. Now I mean, the only thing really she could do is build another house on the land, like a really, really nice house. She'd have to figure out where to put it, and. So I don't think she wants to do that, and I don't want to do that. At least not now. I'd be like, well, why don't you just knock down the house? She go, because somebody else could live there, and I'd be like, I don't want anybody else to live there. I don't want a bunch of people living around where I live. But anyway, I go onto YouTube and I see a lot of stuff by guys who have been here a couple of months, or maybe they've been here a year, and they're talking about, I mean, I see in their description, they're asking for money, which is okay. I understand. Everybody got to make a living, you got to make a buck. I understand that. But they're asking for money as an expert who's living in Thailand. And I'm like, you're an expert? You've been here 2 months? Carlos, how you doing? Where are you? You still here in Thailand or are you in the US? there's these fake experts, the fantasy about living here, the fantasy that, oh my God, it's so cheap for $500, you can live like a king. For $1,000, you'll live like a king. Oh, the girls, they love foreigners. Really? Listen, I know I'm not Brad Pitt and I know I'm an older guy, but even when I was younger, I mean, I got some action, of course, but it's not like you walk down the street and every single girl is hooting and hollering and wanting to be with you. It's just not that way. And you can say, "Oh, they're all for sale." Okay, listen. I have some strong opinions about that. You're in the US. All right. Well, how do you feel? You're all right? I hear all these fairy tales about, oh my God, you can go there, you'll find yourself a wife. Yeah, well, what a lot of guys don't realize, they come to Thailand and they find wives that are working in bars, they're hookers, they're whatever. It's kind of ridiculous. It's like they find the lowest quality of woman. And I'm not saying that most guys, if they really tried, they're going to end up with the high so girl. That's not what they're going to end up with. Most of the time, the high so girls don't pay any attention to Westerners. Rough go, but getting better. All right. So you should be a little bit better when you're done, when you get through it. And how long until you come back to Thailand? So a lot of these things are fallacies. They're untruths. And I see them everywhere. And I talked about the kid. He's like living in this place, and it's out in Nonthaburi, which if you know where Nonthaburi is, it's you gotta take. I mean, if you want, you can take the boat. And I'm talking about you got to go all the way down to the river, which, depending on where you are, is, it's a little ways away, even from like Sukhumvit. Man, that is just horrible. Um, and then you got to get on the boat and go to Nonthaburi. That's 2 months. So you're going to be there for 2 months? Jesus Christ, man. At least 2 months? That's a long time, man, to get better. But if you're better when you come out of it, that's all that matters, you know? But I wish you well. Hey, big fella. Am I that big? I don't think I am. Do you reckon it's best to go to Udon or another city to find myself a wife? Well, can't you, like, why do you have to go to find a wife? Why do you have to set out on a mission to find a wife? To me, that's kind of, I don't know. It's like, old man Wu going to the city to see if he can find himself a wife in China. Now, are you allowed to smoke there, or I mean, pain relief? Are you allowed to do that? Um, yeah, I don't understand why you would do that, but and first of all, if you're going to find yourself a wife, you better be prepared for it. I don't know if you're prepared for it. You better be prepared for everything that comes with being married, which is sometimes wonderful and sometimes it's not. No, I had no reservations, and if you don't like it, then that's fine. I don't care. Makes no difference to me. Absolutely no difference. You don't like it? Oh well. Best wives turn up when you're not looking. Exactly. When you go looking for something, you find it even if it is not really what you need. Well, that may be true. Um, but I don't know that you have to set out on a mission to go find it. You could probably just come here, hang out for a while, go to the same places, every once in a while, go somewhere different, and you probably find a girl. I mean, it depends on the vibe you're putting out. I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that anymore. The Joe vlogs are now war correspondents on the leave. What the hell's a Joe vlog? I have no idea what a Joe vlog is. Jesus Christ. It's so funny. Oh, Thatcher Joe vlogs. I've never even heard of this guy. I have no idea. Oh yeah, I have my licenses for the green stuff. Okay, so you're all right. You're not doing too bad. It's funny that these guys are going out. I mean, I understand they got millions and millions of views. I understand they have millions of views and all that stuff, but why not go because you want to cover it because it's something that you're really interested in? Now, I actually said to myself, wow, in the old days, I would go to Cambodia and Vietnam, and on the border, I would go, and that's where I would go. And, you know, it wouldn't be a problem because I've done that in the past. And it doesn't bother me. I understand the risks, but I'm in my 60s and I don't want to go there and get shot, get blown up for some ridiculous conflict. It's ridiculous. Really, it is. These guys are a bunch of knuckleheads. I mean, I can't even stress that enough. They are a bunch of knuckleheads. They're stupid, really. And I would tell that to their face. I would say, what are you guys, stupid? What's the problem with you guys? Can't you sit down and negotiate something that is reasonable, that you're both happy with? But they can't. And this has been going on for decades. And they're not going to. So what they're going to do is kill lots of people. They've already killed 29 people. There's 58,000 Thais that have left the area. Um, and they don't know where to go. They're lost. And then there's all the Cambodians, which I don't know how many. I don't know how many people it is. Let me see something here. So to me, it's very. I don't want to say childish. It's just stupid. To me, it's absolutely uh, stupid. Now you have all these people leaving. I don't think anything about the prime minister. Quite frankly, I don't think that she's disloyal. I don't. I think she's just a fool. She's foolish. I bet they never thought about sitting down and working out. Well, what it is they both don't. What it is they don't want to lose face. And you know, well, here's the thing about. Let me just say something to this person, me, who's never been on my channel before. That you may be somebody who watches, but you've never been in the chat before, but you feel like you can speak up about this turd emoji. And the thing is I don't want to write the word. Do you not understand that? Because some nong 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 bit เสียงหน่อยได้ไหมเสียงดังมาก yeah. She's cool. I think. God damn, man. Well, they were, Cambodia will say that Thailand was part of Cambodia, and Cambodia and Thailand will say Cambodia was part of Thailand. Cambodia will say that Muay Thai is what the hell is it called? Muay what are they, not Muay, what are they called? Um oh God, I can't remember. I'm blanking out. Not Muay Kachuk, that's bare knuckle. Kun Kamir Baran, that's what it's called. And they say that Muay Thai emanated from Kun Kamir Baran, which is their fighting art. And the Thais say, no, 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 you don't have it right. Your art emanated from our, and it's just like, who cares? Oh, you're so proud. Well, lose your pride, man. Get over it. Really, it's just stupid. I just don't understand it. I really don't understand it. And, I've thought about going over there and I thought, listen, what am I going to do? I'm going to go over there. First of all, I mean, I can get my press card again easy. It take me, 5 minutes. I go over there with my camera and my action cam and all. Oh, I just go over there. Yeah, I'm going to save the world. I'm not going to save the world. And even the best war correspondents, and I know a few, and I know some that they wish they weren't. What am I going to do? Nobody cares about this over here. Oh yeah, you see it on the news and everything. That's because you see it and you see all these people that they're not even here. They don't even really know about the countries and their history. Now, I did see one guy who he knows a little bit about what's going on. He's not here, but he's an intel guy. But most people, they're just like, oh, I'm going to go over there. Oh, I'm going to know about this. I'm going to learn about this. And so they just read, which is, I mean, I read also about what's going on. I figure out things. Some of my friends have told me some stuff. And, I know about the countries, Thailand more so than Cambodia, obviously. But what is the whole purpose of this? Yeah, I mean, okay, so big deal. Trump made a statement. Yeah, okay, really, well, because Trump talks about it, that means that they're going to have a ceasefire. And I just, now I have been to Sisaget in the past, and I've been in that area, and I've went to the temple. What is the other temple? It's Ta. Hang on a second, damn it. Let me see here. But Billy and I have been to uh, the Prey Vihear. We went to the Prey Vihear from Cambodia, and um, no, no, no. Is that what it is? Tamon Tom? Yeah, Tom. Tamon Tok. Tamon Tom. Okay. Um, but we went to Prey Vihear. It was beautiful. But they had soldiers sitting in towers with uh, telescopes focused on each other to see what they were doing. And I'm like, is it that bad to where, you have to worry about a guy crossing over onto your land? I mean, honestly, if Thailand wanted to, they could absolutely crush Cambodia. I mean, really, they could crush them. But but they would be looked at unfavorably by the rest of the world. And to me, Cambodia is kind of an instigator in this. They're seeing how far they can push to see if they can get what they want. Now, the Previhair is technically Cambodian. It was determined by, I think it was in 1969, by the ICJ. It was determined in the ice by the ICJ that it was Cambodian property. It was 1962. That's when it was. All right, there you go, boys. Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying in 1962, the International Court of Justice determined that that was the property of Cambodia. And Thailand has never let it go. They don't believe it. They don't want to abide by it. They hate that. And listen, it's their country, their leaders, and quite frankly, I don't care what they do with it. If you guys want to fight over it, then fight over it. It does not matter to me. Um, and so, yeah, okay, they have They have about a third of the military force that Thailand has, and Thailand has jets, which Cambodia doesn't have. And if China gets involved with Cambodia, it's going to seriously affect the trade with Thailand, which means lots and lots of money. And I don't think China wants to do anything like that. I think China has a hands-off policy, and I think it's just horse shit. Cambodia will never stand up to Thailand, at least not in the next, decade. After that, maybe. I don't know. But I think Thailand would absolutely smoke Cambodia in an instant. I mean, they could use drones, jets, missiles, and they would just obliterate it. Now, my concern is that Cambodia would start firing deeper into the country, and they'd hit like Patia, because I don't think they really care who they bomb. I don't think they care if they bomb civilians. But this is not a military stream. I'm not a military person. I don't really, quite honestly, I don't want people to get hurt on the Cambodian side or the Thai side. I think it's really stupid what they're doing. Um, and I think that these people need to, what they need to do is take a ceasefire. They need to have a ceasefire. And then from there, they need to say, okay, now things have calmed down. Let's talk about this. All right. And, they can have a mediator if they want, but I think all that does is get in the way. People yell and scream and get mad. And I think that's what they're going to have to do. They can say, well, you do this and you do that. And they're going to have to figure out what is the resolution. And then if they can't find a resolution, then okay, fight it out. But, if they start fighting it out and missiles start coming towards Bangkok, and troops start marching towards Bangkok or something like that, I'm out of here. I'm gone. It's time to leave. Pick up pick up the family and say adios. Now, that has nothing to do with why YouTubers are full of shit, which many are. Now, I didn't say this, and it's been a while, but in case you don't know, my name is Scott. Let's just calm down and get back to it. My name is Scott, and I'm an American who's been living in Thailand for over 30 years. And I've gained a little knowledge by osmosis. Um, and so, well, didn't I just say that? I've been there, Raymond. I've been there with Mr. Billy, and I think I actually did some videos. So yeah, no, this is about 15 minutes from there. It's Casa La Pin on Ramkhamhaeng 157, which is a little ways away. And then if I really want, I could walk, but it's like a half-hour walk, and I don't feel like walking a half hour out in the heat, even though it's not that hot right now. But let me just finish this. Yes, I'm Scott, and I've been here for a while. I picked up a little bit of knowledge, a little bit more than people who've been here for a couple of months. I'll say that. In fact, I've probably forgotten, honestly, I've forgotten more than they know. And all I got to say is if you like this stream, you like the videos, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe if you have not subscribed already, and hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated, supposedly, by YouTube about the upcoming videos and the live streams. And if you want to send me a message, you want to send me you can tell me to fuck off. You can tell me you like me. You can send me a Dear Scott letter, or you can ask me for a paid consultation, which I will gladly help you with. I'll do my best for you. I promise you that. And we'll try to work something out. But you just send me a message at anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. Now, you can say what you want, but like here's the thing that really burns me up. I'll see a video and I'll see the title and the thumbnail, and I go, wow, wow, oh, that sounds really interesting. And sometimes it'll be like, hey, I'm leaving Bangkok forever. They're not leaving Bangkok forever. They're leaving Bangkok and going back to their home or somewhere else. They're going to do a visa run. And then they're going to, well, it wasn't forever because I just decided I should come back. You know, so no, I don't charge 10,000 baht an hour. It's 2,000 baht an hour. Okay. Um, well, seriously, I do believe that, and I don't mean to be, uh, I don't mean to brag. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just telling you the truth. I would say that, Carlos has been here for a long time. Patia Bob's been here for a long time. Um, Yeah, well, you see, that's what's so funny, guest, whoever you are. What's so funny is you save your money for lady boys, and a lot of times people like you will come in the stream and sometimes ask questions or need to know something, and they'll spend two, three, $5,000 to come to Thailand and blow all their money on lady boys and stuff like that. But they won't spend 2,000 baht to find something out, to find out how to do things from somebody like me who can give you a few tips. Anyway, whatever. You go have fun with the lady boys there, pal. And I have a feeling I know who you are, but um, well, they may come back to Thailand and see a decline, but if they go back to the US, it's going to be even more of a decline. Really. Thailand has not gone into the shitter that much. And I can say a few things about it. Things might be they might be tightening up the screws a little bit, but generally there's not a problem. If you want to live here, you can live here. Listen, I told you the other day about the 18-year-old kid. He's got a $200 place in Nonthaburi, which to me is not the greatest place to live unless you got yourself a woman or you're all set up there and that's your little hub, which usually it's not because that's not in a good place in Bangkok. But okay, whatever. If you want to live there, that's fine. It is cheaper there. Now, the United States, I'm sorry, it's been on the decline for quite some time. And I was just telling my mother the other day in our weekly conversation, I said, when I came here, you thought I was, kind of nutso. I'm going to Thailand, and what are you doing there? How are you going to make it? And then I said, now I look at it as a wise move that I had no idea I was doing because I couldn't live at the same level that I live here. No way. And I mean, I got cheap rent. Our rent is cheap. People talk about how this is the thing. You guys are going out there, and some people are going out there spending, oh, I only spent $850 on my apartment in New York. This would have been 4,000. Well, that's fine. I understand that, but you're still spending $845. And guess what? For about a third of that, you can get a house. So, you know, it amazes me that people spent a few weeks in Thailand and try to argue and tell me what it is like. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the thing is that um, I think that really what the truth is that people think that because they come here and live here for a short period of time, um, that they've learned everything there is to learn. And that's just not true because like I look at it like I'm just scratching the surface. Um, I've been here for longer than a lot of people that are Thai have lived here. That doesn't mean they don't know the culture better than I do because they went through school, they've lived with Thai families and stuff like that. My kids know the culture probably better than I do. Now, they may not even speak in some ways about some things. They may not know what to say in Thai. They're not sure of how to speak in Thai. Uh, and in English, their English is very good now. I mean, they've gotten a lot better from say 5 years ago. Their English is excellent. I mean, Alex works in an office; they speak English there, and he probably, well, he's very happy there. He speaks English. Sometimes he speaks Thai. You know, um, don't you think that the thumbnail of your video is antagonistic? So that means that your video is just a wind up and isn't true. Well, I'm talking about how most YouTubers are full of it. So I don't think that it's really antagonistic. And the problem is people have a problem with seeing this poo emoji. Jesus Christ, I didn't know it would cause a bunch of freaking pansies. Oh, I don't want to see the poo. emoji. Oh my God. Oh God, it's so stupid. What do you want me to do? You want me to put the word shit? You want me to put poop? You want me to put doo-doo? I mean, get over it. You're worrying about shit you don't have to worry about. Do you think it is foolish for an expat in his 60s to marry in Thailand? It is hard for me to believe that a Thai woman can fall in love with someone in the 60s. Well, I think if they're 20 and they fall in love with somebody who's 60, I think probably it's a mistake. If they're 45, 50, 40, maybe, no, I don't think it's a problem, but I think the man has to do his due diligence, and that is part of the problem. And that's one of the things. You see these guys like in Pattaya. Oh, I'm an expert on Pattaya. I've been here for a year or two. You're not an expert. You're just somebody who's done some things, and you may have a lot of knowledge. Okay, that's great. Oh, the Thai girls who are whores have taught you everything. Okay, well then go into a higher end, a higher level of Thai people. Deal with people who are the elite or high so, and they really speak to you like proper Thais, and then deal with people in middle class who they wouldn't listen. Most middle class people, they're not running off to the bars and partying and going and banging guys or banging girls. They're not doing that. They go to work, they think about work, they're dealing with their job. Maybe they go out and get drunk once in a while with their husband or their boyfriend or with a friend, with their girlfriends or whatever. But they're not out like, oh, let's go to Apache and go party in the bars and pick up guys and get laid. That's not what they're doing. So I think you need to experience all levels of Thailand and not just, listen, if I was to go over and ask a girl, hey, honey, you want to come home with me? There's a chance she would if I was forking over enough cash. There's a chance she'd tell me to piss off. That happens. I wouldn't do it. I just don't want to do it. First of all, I'm married, and second of all, I never did that. It was a little smoother than that. Now, if you're gonna talk about YouTubers, how many YouTubers ever tell the good side of marriages? I've been married for 26 years. I think 26, 27 years. I don't even know. I've been married a long time, and let me tell you, my wife gets on my nerves sometimes. But if you're with a girl and she's your girlfriend, she probably gets on your nerves too. Um, listen, there's Robert. That's not Listen, I get a little bit of play, Robert, here and there, and I'm smart enough to know I don't want to get myself in trouble, and it's probably not worth it for the most part because I still like my wife. You know, oh God, are you gonna fucking argue with me about everything? As you say in the high so world, they have what's called gig. Oh, really? I didn't know that. They have gig, they have guck. Jesus Christ. They have me and noise. They party in PR clubs. Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude, you are so full of shit. It depends on the person. Okay. I've been in those clubs. I've been in the Coyote clubs. I've been in the G clubs. I've been in all those kind of clubs. I have done this. Okay. I don't know how long you've been here, what you know, what you don't know. I don't know. But you know what? We disagree on a few things because lower class people who have enough money, I'm talking about guys who are making 25,000 baht a month, 30,000 a month. Taxi drivers, some taxi drivers have two wives. Now, not as many as 30 years ago, nowhere near as many as there used to be. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you very much. Hey, listen, that's another thing. And I haven't said a word about it. First of all, do me a favor and give Raymond a thumbs up, please. Please do that. And if you feel inclined to, give me a super chat. I'd appreciate it. Um, listen, I don't care if they're high so, low so, mid so, it doesn't matter. Elites, really elite. Some of the elite definitely have gigs, they have gucks, they have girls they go to in the massage parlors, and maybe they go to that one girl all the time. It depends. Jesus Christ. I don't disagree with you, but not all of them do that, and not all of them go in PR clubs, as you call it. I call them G clubs, and they're coyote clubs, whatever. They're pretty much the same thing. I used to go to the coyote clubs, to the G clubs on what is it, Tonglor, Ekamai, over by Sukhumvit. What was that one that I used to go to on Sukhumvit? What the hell was the name of that? I don't even remember the name of it. Let me see if I can find it. No, it's not called the G Club. Oh my God. I don't remember the name of it. Well, I call them what the Thais call it too. Okay, so I know you know it all, but all I'm saying, you can call them PR clubs if you want. I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me. They're gentlemen's clubs. That's what they are. Thank you very much, Carlos. Appreciate that. Get well soon. And give him a like. I'd appreciate that also. Let me see here. Give him a like. There you go. Raymond's got 6 likes. He's got 1. Give him a like, please. Now he's got 5. And it's got a, wow. There we go. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. On the other hand, it's so easy to get divorced in Thailand. The divorce system is so fair to men. You can take a chance on marriage in Thailand. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Most of the time, when you break up with a woman in Thailand, they expect a payoff. Now, you don't have to give them the payoff. You know, if it's some chick and she's been with you for 2 years, and you're living like, you're living off of 70,000 baht, and she expects you to give her 1 million baht when you divorce after 2 or 3 years, then that's ridiculous. But if she goes, can you give me 100,000 baht? It might be prudent to just give her the 100K, and she'll go, oh, this will last me for 4 months. That'll help me get set up. Now, that depends on if you're taking care of them, if you're doing whatever. Listen, my wife wouldn't want shit from me, believe me. She's already told me, what do I need your money for? She don't need my money. She's got her own money, and I'm damn glad she doesn't need my money. I've given her money in the past, and I've given her money to pay the bills, our monthly bills, so that she would take care of them, and I've given some money to her so that she had money to spend. But that's years ago. And she doesn't give me money. I don't give her money. In fact, we go down to the south. I give her the money for my ticket. I go, listen, here's some money. Get my ticket. Okay. All right, let's go. She gets her own ticket. I get my ticket. It's easy, easy breezy. Nobody bitches. We don't complain. Nothing. That's how it is. Oh God. You know what? You're very argumentative. I'm not in the same boat. That's the thing. I'm not somebody who's been here 2 months and I don't know shit about Thailand. Um, the average Thai does not, like every single Thai. You're saying the average Thai. What's the average Thai? Tell me what the average Thai is. Jesus Christ, man. I know a lot of Thai guys that are making over 100,000 baht a month, and they're not fucking around on their girl, because if their girl find out, she would cut his dick off. But I do know an older guy who I just saw a couple months ago. I haven't seen him in a long time. I used to work with him, and I saw him in the mall. He bumped into me. I said, "Hey, hey, hey, yeah, how you going? How's it going?" And he said to me, "Well, this guy's middle class," and he said to me, "Yeah, my wife lets me go um, to the massage parlor once a week." I said, "What do you mean lets you go?" "Well, she knows that I'm going and I'm going to have sex with somebody." Now, maybe that's because he's not getting it at home. Maybe he's getting it, 1 time a month at home. Who knows? I don't know. All I'm saying is you can't categorize all of them and say that, most of them are going to have second wives, third wives. Yes, some of them do, but not all of them. I can tell you that for sure. Unless all these guys are lying to me, and I don't think they are. They're pretty honest people, the ones that I talk to. Now, anyway, moving on, as we shall do. Um, Yeah, there is. Listen, don't ever believe that you can live off of here off $500 a month. If $500 a month, you would be scraping by, and I mean, you better. Um, well, sorry, I did. Okay, if you don't like it, tough shit. Okay, most YouTubers that I see, I'm not talking about the guys who are steady. YouTube. Who's that? Greeny. Who's Greeny? Is that the guy Joe Green or something? What's his name? I don't even know. I don't even know who that is, but I'm just thinking if that's who it was. I don't know if there's a guy named Joe Green or I'm trying to remember. And I think that most YouTubers who here's something that I do believe. Okay. Um, well, there's a huge difference between that, but $500. If you have a house to live um, in, oh, I don't know who he is, but I've heard that name vaguely. I do know who it is. But if you got $500, all you're going to be able to do is maybe pay the utilities and eat Thai food. That's what you're going to be able to do. And you might have a little bit of money left over to, I don't know, you know, give your girl to get something, get a little something for herself or something. I don't know. You give her $50 or something. But, most of the time, you're going to pay 5, 6 thousand baht just to eat. And then you got money left over, you pay the utilities and stuff like that. And well, you're 17 years here. I'm 31 years here, and I do speak Thai. I speak fluent Thai. So really, you know what? You just want to be argumentative. Really, what is it that I'm contradictory on? I told you. I said some of the people who are men definitely have gigs, they have guts, they have Mia noise, and there is a huge difference. They have a relationship. They carried on. I know people who had Mia noise, who they had children with, and they had to pay for the child so that the child was taken care of. They wanted to pay, and they didn't let their wife know, or if their wife found out, she wasn't very happy about it. If you live in Udon with $500 a month, you can have a little fun on the weekends. Yes, if you have a house, maybe you already have a car that's paid for. Um, oh God, you know what? You're a fucking irritating fucker. I'm not here to amuse you. See you later. Bangkok dangerous. Yeah, Billy's not here, I guess. I don't know. Richard, how you doing? Um, it's so funny. Everybody doubts me. I get all these doubters, and it's like, fuck off. I don't care if you doubt me or not. And I don't have to speak Thai. He can't even spell here correctly. Asinine 5-year-old. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even see that, but okay. I don't have to prove myself to anybody. Really. That's the thing. This guy's just coming in being argumentative from the get-go. I mean, no hello Scott, no how you doing, buddy? Hey, listen, I've been here 17 years and I have a little beef to pick with you, or I could, I see things a little differently than you. No, he wants to just go on the attack. You can't do this, you can't do that. Oh, fuck off. How's that for you? You're probably still watching, so go fuck yourself. I'll make it easy for you. Okay, because I don't give a shit. I'm too fucking old to care about you. Now they've got the music to a very appropriate. Yeah, well, they are full of shit. That's the thing. Listen, how many times have you gone? I'll say it. There's some big channels out there, not just in Thailand, but other places. What's that guy, Philip DeFranco? He'll put stuff up, and sometimes it's complete horse shit. Sometimes you see stuff in Thailand, and I'm not going to say I've never done it. I may have done it in the past. Yes, I I can agree. I may have done it. I've had, in the last year, I've probably had, thank you, Richard. In the last year, I've had two people that have said to me, this was clickbait. Well, I don't set out to do clickbait on purpose. Like I try to put out the best title. And then if it works, it works. And sometimes it works. Listen, a lot of my videos, they plummet. They go to shit. My channel is not huge. It is what it is. But I tell the truth. I tell the truth that I know. This guy's talking about all these guys have, listen, the guys who have lives where their wives are staying home, not doing a damn thing other than going to functions and, okay, they might have a second wife or a gig or a gok or whatever it is. Okay. Oh my God. It's another asshole talking about the thumbnail. Listen, fuck off. Really, fuck off. If you don't like the thumbnail, and yeah, it leaves you $250, and you're going to spend how much on food? And he's got a wife. How much are they going to spend on Thai food? Yes, they could live off of it, considering that they may not be spending much money. How are they going to get around all the time? Okay, we're going to take the bus, or okay, I understand. That's fine. You can do it. I'm saying you can do it. But the problem is that to live a life where you're going to live the life that you really want, I don't know that that's going to be enough. I don't think so. I've already said it, 1,500 to 2,000. If you want to scrape by, you want to, what do you mean I can't take it? I'm telling you, if you don't like the thumbnail, I don't give a fuck. That's all. I don't care. You don't have to like the thumbnail. And my thumbnail is what it is. I mean, what do you want me to do? I don't want to write the word SHIT in the thumbnail. I didn't want to write it in the title because knowing YouTube, they could, they could do something. They could just say, oh, well, sorry, you're not going to make any money from this one, which really doesn't matter to me because the music might have been on and I might not be making any money from this video anyway. And I don't really care. It's nice. I made a couple of donations. That's great. So instead of saying I can dish it out and can't take it, you might think what people are saying to me, really, it doesn't have any bearing on anything because the thumbnail is going to stay up. It's not going down. And if you don't like it, then just don't watch the video. Okay, tell me how I'm off the mark, buddy. I'm going to spend that other 250 on food, and that would leave no fun. 200, yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. And then you got to get your visa. What about dental? What about healthcare? What about clothes? You're never going to be able to get anything. So long term, it's very unsustainable. Okay, and that's what I think the big fallacy is. You're not going to come here, and Thailand's not going to be perfect. Okay, people leave out the whole. You got to put 800K in the bank. You got to get 90-day check-ins. 90-day report. There are problems sometimes with visas that you don't even think about. Sometimes it's just a pain in the ass, and it takes your time. Some people go, oh, I got to go to the grocery. It's the cheapest place. I don't want to go to the cheapest. I don't want to go to the cheapest place. Oh, really? I've got people that have been here for 10 years, and I don't contradict myself. And if I do, it's very seldom. But thank you very much. So we'll see you later because you're the same freaking guy. Bye-bye, lardass. Yeah. What about utilities, cell phone bill? There's a lot of things. Okay. It's the difference between existing, surviving, and actually living. And listen, I pulled out today, and I always say this. I pulled out 3 big, beefy pork chops. They're 200 baht each. Now, since I've got a family. My wife might just eat a little bit of the kids and that's it. But since I got a family, it's for me and my 2 boys. And so those right there are 600 baht. That's almost $20. $20 for 3 pork chops. Now, if you eat that once a week, that's $80. I eat them about once a week. Well, you know what I mean. Big, healthy pork chops. Let's put it that way. Even my wife costs money. I mean, she pays for a lot of her stuff, but sometimes I pay. And that's just the way it is. And, sometimes, she'll go, listen, I'm over at the mall. The kids are coming over. Just come over. And she'll buy lunch or something. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, so I think you need a lot more than that. And, I said the other day in that video that I put up about groceries, sometimes I use, what's it called? Bangkok Bob's. Sometimes I use British Shop. If you go onto Bangkok Bob's, there's some steaks there. They're 450 baht. They're 750 baht. If you want them, that's what it's going to cost you. Okay, so now you don't want to spend that kind of money. You want to buy crappy Thai beef. Okay, do it then. That's not the way that I want to live. So how you want to live is really what affects everything. If you want to live like a pauper out in the sticks and live off of next to nothing, you can. That's an option here. What I'm saying is that's not really living and really prospering and living extremely well. I don't live high on the hog, but I do live well. At least now. I mean, I don't know. In the future, who knows? You know. Let's see here. Kind of got off track here today. Oh yeah. What about all the banking issues that people have had? People have had banking issues. I've heard now. People have had their accounts shut down. They've had their money frozen. Um, what about having health insurance? Not having health insurance, and then something happens. What about dental care? That cost. Now you can say, "Oh, I can go get my teeth cleaned for 1,000 baht." Listen, if I go get my teeth cleaned at say Waitani Hospital, which has a good dental facility, it's 3,000 baht. If I go down to Bangkok International Dental Clinic, that's about what it is too. It's going to cost you. Now let's talk about women and dating. Every woman is not loyal, traditional, and perfect. That doesn't happen. Um, Many are transactional. If you are not footing the bill and you just say, I don't want to pay, well, then the woman's going to go, well, I'm not really keen on going out with this guy. Now, when I first went out with my wife, I paid because I thought, this is how you do it. And then after a while, um, well, it costs you every 7 to 10 years, so you don't go every year for a cleaning and wait until you get a little bit older and maybe you need some dental work. Jesus Christ, I'm just saying you have to account for these things just in case. It may not happen. But what if it does happen and you don't have the money because you're living off of $500 a freaking month? Jesus Christ. Now, and what happens if you run into a gold digger who slowly bleeds you dry because you're too stupid to figure it out? What happens if you can't get your visa, or you're living in a place and they say, well, that's it, sorry, you got to move, and you're like, where am I supposed to move to? I live out here in, maybe it's Udon Thani. Now you could go find an apartment in Udon Thani pretty easily. And this is the reason why when people talk about these kind of things, nobody wants to watch. So people don't always want to watch. You got the knuckleheads out there telling you how great it is and everything is perfect. It's so beautiful here. It's overcast today. It's not a beautiful day, but to me it's beautiful in its own way because it's nice and cool. It's nice and cool. That's about it. It's not really windy. Um, that's what I mean. Listen, people who have $400 a month, $500 a month are living that way generally because that's how they want to live. Oh God. What is it you don't agree with me about, pal? What is it you don't agree with me with? Tell me. specifically. And you know what's funny is you're just some guy. You got nothing on your channel. You've been around for fucking a year and a half, and you're nobody. You've never been in my stream. You've never said a word. You never even said hello, which tells me what kind of a person you are. I don't care. What does it matter to me if you like how I talk? I don't give a fuck what you think about me, quite honestly. I'll just be honest with you. I don't care. Now, does that clear it up for you? Does it really matter? And you know what? I don't like you, so goodbye. You're gone. See ya. Yeah, whatever. He's gone now. See you later, pal. And you got one instigator because I'm saying that maybe it's because I'm saying YouTubers are full of shit. Maybe he's just a shit, causing trouble or whatever. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I wasted 20 years last year on what? Well, it won't let me see it right now. Let me see. On a full dental check and ended up with 0 cavities. Well, that's good. That's very good. How old are you? Jesus Christ, man. I don't remember the name of that one club. 50s. Okay, so maybe you're lucky you got good teeth. I don't spend much at the dentist either. I spend about 3,000 baht a year. But sometimes you got to spend. I've had it to where I had to spend 10,000 because a tooth cracked in the back of my mouth and I had to get a crown put on. 10,000 baht. And that was because of the intricacy. They had to do a root canal and then put a whole new thing in there. So there you go. Listen, you don't have to agree with me 100%. I understand. You don't have to agree with me at all. I don't really care if you do or not. I'm just telling you what I think. And if you don't like it, that's okay. Now, you don't really hear of all the good relationships. I think Carlos probably has a good relationship. I have a good relationship. Um, my friend, he used to have a good relationship, and his wife passed away. Um, I know a couple of people. They have really good relationships. There's no problem. We go out all the time. We go to bars. We go, to Thai places. Maybe there's a few foreigners there, but we go to those kind of places. We sit there, we have a beer or whatever it is. And I'm not drinking much now, so I haven't gone out now in about a month and a half. But the whole thing about YouTube is that everybody, and I'm not excluding me. And as I said, maybe I've done it in the past. And there are some very good YouTubers out there. I will say that. But there are some out there, and there are some who basically what they're doing is they're just selling the dream. And some of them are AI, exclusively AI. And it's just complete rubbish. I mean, I understand people got to make money. What is this here? They include full descaling in the dental checkup too. Oh, Jesus Christ. They didn't include a full descaling for 600 baht. That's bullshit. I call bullshit on that, buddy. You tell me where that place is because I want to go. Because a descaling costs 18,000 baht at Bangkok International Dental Clinic. And that's Saigon. That ain't Thailand, buddy. What are you talking about? Jesus Christ. I respect your knowledge. Like you said, I don't agree 100%. That's fine. Whatever. You don't have to agree with me 100%. You know. So go to Saigon then. Go live in Saigon. Don't live in Thailand. Thailand ain't for you. It's too expensive. It's what I mean. Well, Thailand is so cheap. No, it's not so cheap. It's cheaper than the United States. It's cheaper than London. Bangkok is cheaper than London. And I understand that some people may not agree with that. Okay, fine. My rent is dirt cheap. But if I went to somewhere like Missouri or New Mexico, where I had a nice house, 3-bedroom house, and it was $150, we split it between 3 guys. It's $50 each. Now that was, 35 years ago. Maybe that place is $300 now. I don't know. But the point is, oh my God, I've been to Vietnam many times. I don't feel the need to go and get my dental done there. Neither do I feel the need to go to Cambodia to get checked up or have my dental done or anything like that. It makes no difference to me. I can do it in Thailand. It doesn't matter to me. All I'm saying is include the price of dental in something that you do. Well, it depends. It really depends. Um, if you don't care if you give up that condo, then go ahead, buy it. If you want to buy a condo and rent it out, okay, fine. But at some point, you may need to say, hey, you know what? I got to get out of here. I don't like this place, or something's going on here. You might have to sell it, or you might just have to leave it for a while. You might leave it for 2 years and you have to come back. But as long as that's okay with you, then I would say buy it. If it's not okay with you, then I would say don't buy. Very simple. I'm renting because I don't want to pay for a house that's 6 or 7 million baht, 8 million baht, which is what it would be if we buy the house that we want, and we would pay between 30 and about 40,000 baht. And I don't want to pay that. I tell my wife, listen, we live here. We're in a perfect location. I pay 7,000 baht. I get to save money, more money, because I'm paying 7,000 baht. I got a 3-bedroom townhouse. It's perfectly acceptable to me. And if we needed to take off, we could take off whenever we want. Now, the chance of that happening is pretty slim, but you never know. And if we really wanted to buy the house, we would. I told her, buy a condo for 3-4 million baht, set it up. The kids can live there. Um, you know, you have to be work perfect for some people that are unable to connect. Yeah, I mean, well, I don't want to share an apartment with anybody. South for future family? You mean save for future family? Well, we have a house in the south, and we have a lot of land, um, and so that's fine. Doesn't matter to me, and it's in my wife's name, as it should be, as it has to be, and that's fine. You know why? Because first of all, I trust my wife. I've been with her for a long time. Second of all, because if she were to say, "Okay, I want to break up with you. We're not going to be together again," I would say, well, at least the kids got a place where they know they can go if they need to go there. I'd be very happy about that. And I'd go on and I'd live my life however I want to live, you know. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's about a 0.001% that's going to happen. So I don't worry about it. So that's the thing. Well, we don't have a house in Bangkok, which I'm so grateful for. To be honest, I don't want a house in Bangkok because Bangkok, if you think about it, now listen, I'm in a building right now, and I can go out and I'll be out on the main street, and the street is there's a lot of businesses around and stuff. But if I go down into the area where the mall is, it's just nothing but people walking around. There's people everywhere, and it's kind of like, to me, I look at it as I'm at the age now. I don't want to be around a lot of people. I know how my parents live. I know how my sister lives. I know how a lot of my friends live, and they have a place, and they have room. They don't have to see anybody. And while if I'm inside, I don't have to see anybody. I don't have to hear a bunch of noise. Sometimes I do, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I'd like to be out in a place somewhere where I don't have to do that. And maybe in the future, that's what's going to happen. I've said this, it might be 5 years, it might be 4 years, it might be 7 years. I'm not really sure yet. It's kind of hard to predict that far ahead because every time you predict, things go sideways. Everything time, and why pay $100,000 or $200,000 when rent is so cheap and you can make 25, 30% on the market? Well, that's exactly right. It is much more economical to me to get a 2-bedroom apartment rather than a two 1-bedroom what? Than 1-bedroom apartment. Plus, most expats travel all the time away. Most expats travel away all the time. Really? I would say that most expats who live in Thailand, I'm talking about long-term expats, not somebody who's been here for a year or two, and then you look at their channel, oh, I think we're going to go to Mexico. I'm not sure yet, but I'm back at home in the United States, and I'm going to go to, Peru or something. I'm not talking about those kind of people. I'm talking about people who live here long-term. They know they're living here. I got a Thai wife. I got kids that are half Thai. I know that the chance of us moving somewhere permanently is relatively slim, unless maybe it's the US. And I don't want to live in the US, and I don't think that's a good move. Um, and I know lots and lots of people who don't go anywhere. They may travel around Thailand once in a while, like Jim is a perfect example. I was going to say, oh, I think Jim has a good relationship. I think Jim, he travels around, once every 2 months, maybe 3 months. I don't know, but he travels around every once in a while. But to me, why, first of all, why get an apartment? I don't understand that at this point. Well, somebody on a tourist visa is a tourist. They are not an expat. Okay. And even somebody on a digital nomad visa, they're relatively easy to get. Okay. Once they've been here for, say, 2, 3 years, then I understand, okay, maybe they plan on figuring out, maybe they're doing it from the time they're 47 to the time they're 50, and then they'll get a retirement visa. Okay, I understand, but there's a lot of people that that's not really the way they want to live. They're always traveling to Bangkok or Pattaya to get paperwork. So what paperwork? What paperwork? Dude, you're out of it, man. You're wrong. Most people are not traveling around to get paperwork done and traveling to Hua Hin for the beaches. Hua Hin's got shitty beaches. You want to go to good beaches, go down to the south, farther south. Okay, really. Go to the east. Absolutely ridiculous. So I don't agree with you. How's that? How's that? I don't agree with you. Now, I was going to go walk around and go down to the place, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Now, I think one of the most brilliant promotional campaigns that Thailand ever did was when they just said amazing Thailand. I think they should have kept it. Amazing. Oh, Thailand's so amazing. It is amazing. It's a wonderful place, but it ain't paradise. It's not perfect, you know. And they wouldn't say that unless they were trying to bring people in. And that's what they try to do. And that to me seemed like it worked very well. So I think a lot of people underestimate what it takes to live here long term. What do you think? I've been living here 31 years and I don't know anything. I've never figured anything out. I just got a good wife who does everything for me. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, God. Well, you do know that the smiles that you get are not always the same kind of smiles. There are a multitude of reasons why Thais smile. And that's the reality of day to day. You can get a smile from a taxi driver because he doesn't speak Thai and he's just shy about having to talk to you, or because he doesn't speak Thai and he's irritated because he has to deal with you. There's a lot of reasons why they smile, and it's not always because they're so happy to see you and be around you. So the gap between short-term fantasy and the real sustainability that you get here in Thailand it's quite a lot. And you know, when I got here, listen, I was just like everybody else for the first couple of years. I'd say first 3 years, and then once I met my wife, things started to change a little bit. Um, you know, well, I think people know now. People know that Thailand, okay, it's a land of smiles, but they're smiling because they're getting your money. That's what a lot of people think. Listen, Hua Hin used to be a wonderful place when I first got here. This is, you know, 30 plus years ago when I got here. After a couple of years, maybe 4 5 years, I started going to Hua Hin, and it was very nice. And that's when all the Thais went on the weekends, or some Thais would go down there on the weekends or for holidays, and it was wonderful. Prajua, Cha Am, all these places, they were awesome. Now these places are overrun by tourists, but that's how Thailand wants it. They want 40 plus million tourists. They want that tourist dollar because they want people to come, give their money, and go back home and leave us to our culture. That's what they want. And I dare say that for the most part, most people don't really care as long as you're not bothering them or doing things that go against what they believe in. Here in Thailand, the Thais, I don't think they really care. If you ask people, uh, you know, about what their biggest surprises in Thailand were, they might go, "Oh, the Thai food was so different from in America," and I'm like, "That's all you got? Jesus criminy!" You know, I mean, really. Some of you guys, I guarantee you, you know, I don't know. Is there anybody, maybe other than Jim? I don't know if Jim's been there. Um, is there anybody in the stream that's been to Bungkan? That's been to the what the hell's the name of it? What was the name of that temple that I went to? Which I don't remember the name of. Hang on. Wat Putok. The people that have been to Wat Putok, anybody in this stream that's been to Wat Putok? I kind of doubt it. And if there has been, it's probably one person. You know, I mean, really, you haven't even been to Wat Putok. Well, I mean, you haven't been to Bungkan. How can you say you've been anywhere? That's one of the best. Oh God, that's ridiculous. Go to Kausok. Hua. You don't even spell Hua Hin right. Get it right, man. Hua. Wa. Not how. How Hin. Spell it right. Really. Get it right since you're a windsurfer and you go down there. But go to Cowlock. You know, and there's another place. What's the name of that chick goes to all the time? Um, yeah, but you've mistyped it like 5 times. Well, I don't want to exaggerate. Maybe 2 or 3 times. Let me see something here. Because I want to make sure I get it right. You could go to Kata Beach in Phuket, but Phuket, you know, Phuket's a bit overrun with tourists. Um, Khao Lak, it's very popular from May to October, and uh, good waves in Koh Lanta, maybe Koh Payam, which I've been there. Um, you know, so there are places you can go where you can get good, a lot better windsurf than Hua Hin. So just so you know, maybe you should go to those places and give them a try because they're. Listen, Cowlock is a hell of a lot better than Hua Hin, if you ask me. It's much more quiet. Anyway, all right. I said Bunkan. It could be, you know, have you been to Nakhon Si Thammarat? Have you been to any beaches that there are no foreigners on? Have you ever done that? Have you ever like set out for beaches where there are no foreigners? Have you been to Kanom? Have you been to Sichon? Have you been to these places? If you haven't been to these places, you're just, if you've been to, I've been to Bangkok, I've been to Chiang Mai, been to Phuket, I went to Pattaya. Okay, so you've been to all the major spots, the major tourist spots. I mean, there's a lot of places that that you can go. If there's not that many people there, there's not tourists, and you're setting out to figure out. Um, you're setting out to Phuket is now really too expensive now, even for someone with $4,000. Oh, that's ridiculous. Really, that's pretty ridiculous. If you have $4,000, that's at least about 130,000 baht, and for 130,000 baht, you can live in Phuket quite well, very well. So, I mean, really, a $4,000 pension is enough to live anywhere in Thailand. I don't know why I'm a He-Man. What is it? He-Man tourist. I'm not a tourist hater. I just think tourists are for tourist areas are for tourists. And I've been to some, and you guys know that. I've been to tourist areas in Vietnam. I've been to tourist areas in Laos. I've been to tourist areas in Thailand. I've been to tourist areas everywhere. Yeah, that road is really nice. I took a motorcycle and rode up and down I rode up and down it a couple of times, and it was really, really nice. It's so beautiful. Um, and I thought, wow, this is such a fantastic place. Yeah, I don't want to be around tourists. What do I want to be around some guy going, why do I have to pay this? Can you give it to me for 10 baht? Wait a minute, it's 15 baht and it's a bottle of water. That's what we charge you. Yeah, but can I get it cheaper? Oh, fucking A. I don't want to hear this kind of garbage. And I know it doesn't happen all the time, but guess what? I just have the habit of being around places where it does happen. That's my habit. Now, I look forward to going down to the south. Really, I look forward to going down there. It's so wonderful. Um, we have our tickets. We're going. So it's a nice trip. We go there, and listen. When I first got involved with my wife and I went to the south, her land didn't have all that much, and the house was kind of run down. Um, but you could sleep there and it was fine. You didn't get wet. It wasn't like you had to worry about the roof leaking or anything like that. And it does rain really hard down there. But now my wife has put some money in it. Well, why do you want to live in Khon Kaen? That's my question of you. I mean, why would you got a wife there or something, a girlfriend, or what's the deal? You just want to move there just to move there, which I don't understand that. You have a girlfriend or a wife there. Well, it's a nice area. I've been there, although it's been a while. I mean, listen, I've been to a lot of. I mean, what's the name of that? Mukdahan. Went to Mukdahan too, and I was like, I went for 2 days, and I was like, And then if you go up by, like what the hell's in it? Nong Khai. If you go up and you start going to Nong Khai, they have that place where the guy created all the statues, which I don't even remember the name of it. I got to look everything up because I can't remember it. Sala Gelku. That's what it is. But anyway, yeah, Karat. I mean, if you're going there with her and she's living there and that's the reason you're going, okay. If you're going there as a guy and you're single and you're like, okay, well, I want to hook up from a girl in this place, you can go anywhere, man. But if you're going there for a wife or whatever, that's a different story. I am from Florida. Now, don't get caught up in the fantasy that some YouTubers, I didn't say, well, I did say most. Did I put most? I might have put most. I should have put some. Okay. Um, don't put up with the fantasy that they're feeding you. Don't buy into it because you need to plan here. You need to be patient. You need to spend money. You need to what do you mean after tax? Where are you going to pay tax at? In the United States? And does your insurance cover you in Thailand? Oh my God. Dude, have you ever lived in Thailand? Have you ever been here for more than like 2 weeks or something? You're so dead wrong, buddy. You've got your head up your ass. Yeah, Konkan is much cheaper than Phuket for sure. But listen, Phuket, I mean, there are places you can go where you're away from people and you're not around that many people, but those places tend to be a bit more expensive. Now, I'm not saying you can't live, you can rent a place for 30,000 baht if you want to. You can rent a place for 20,000 baht. You just have to look. And this is the key. And people don't realize this. If you really want to find a place, you got to look around. You got to do your legwork. You got to get on the listen. If you're going to go with somebody that speaks Thai, that's even better. They can help you and they can eliminate all the bullshit. Okay. Because some places are just hotels that also are apartments, and some of them are really nice. But you need to look around at the very least, just to take a cursory uh, uh, exploratory journey. You probably want to take like a motorbike and just tell the guy, listen, I'll pay you 250 baht or something, whatever it is, whatever it works out to, for ever how many hours you use him. You do that, and he drives you around from place to place. Maybe you have a bunch of places written down. Maybe you saw a couple of places. So you note everything you can, and then you just stumble onto some places, and you go in and you check out everything. Now, it's better if you use your girl or somebody Thai, because if you don't speak Thai, you're going to be at a disadvantage. I use my wife all the time. My insurance covers 50% of the cost outside of America, but 100% after the first 5,000 goes for myself for serious medical situation. Well, it sounds to me like you might be better off just getting insurance here and dropping that insurance. I don't know. Oh God, sin sod. Don't get me started. Um, Let me finish up what I'm doing here. So as far as in Phuket, forget about it. I mean, I wouldn't pay $400 for insurance. I might pay 7,000 baht a month. It's like $220 a month. That's about what I would pay. Now, right now, I don't pay that much. I pay about $160. I'm 63. Listen, he's going to pay what he wants to pay. You pay whatever you want, buddy. Well, if you're going to live in Thailand, then what are you going to worry about being in America for more than a month? So you're not going to live in Thailand full time. You're going to live part time in Thailand, part time in America. Okay, do what you want. Pay what you want, buddy. Okay, it's your money. If you got $4,000 a month, you should be able to live so good in Thailand. You can live very good. You know how I know? Because that's less than what me and my wife make. Okay, and when we only had that much, we lived awesome. We didn't have any problems. And now we have two kids. We make a lot more money, but we live fine. I'm perfectly happy how we live. I don't have to have a Mercedes. I don't listen. If and you know what? We have a truck in the South now. Piece of cake, man. We got a big. I mean, it's big truck in the South. Now it's used on the farm. It's not used in Bangkok, but yeah. But you really don't know shit. You don't know shit. I'm gonna say that. Most people don't know shit about Thailand. Just like most people don't know shit about boxing. That's the truth. You don't know shit about Thailand, buddy. You could live in Phuket. I could set you up with a beautiful place, and unless you got all kinds of bills, and that's a different story. You're carrying a lot of debt when you come to Thailand. If you're not carrying any debt when you come to Thailand, dude, I could set you up. You'd be, but of course you got to pay me. I don't do it for free. I could set you up in a nice place, furnished, or you could furnish it yourself if you want, whatever you want. You'd have, you can have a method of transportation. I mean, you could have your own motorbike. You could use a Grab. You could whatever you want, and you can do that easily for 90,000, 100,000 a month, easy. But you are too stubborn to believe, and you think you know what you know, and you don't know shit. That's the truth, the God's honest truth. And you're a perfect example of somebody who gets taken in by YouTubers who don't know shit, and they're trying to sell you something. They're trying to sell you the dream in Phuket. I live in Phuket for 30,000 baht and I live wonderfully. Okay, go ahead, do it. But you're probably not eating good steaks. You're probably not having a nice burger once in a while. Because burgers in Bangkok, at least, burgers in Bangkok are 280 baht, 300 baht, 320 baht. Guess what they are in Phuket? They're at least that much. Maybe more. But you know what? If you buy your own burgers, they're a lot cheaper. And you probably still can't afford that in your mind. Lamb chops. Buy some lamb chops. Oh, that's so expensive. Really? It's like $12, $14 for 4 of them. Now they're not huge, but you don't need a huge piece of meat. They're nice. They're nice size. They're the size of your fist, the size that they're supposed to be. You see? So please tell me that you know better than me that, I know Phuket is expensive, especially if you're going to the tourist places, which is what you're thinking of. You want to live as a tourist, you're going to be paying a lot more money. You want to live like a local, and I'm not saying a poor local. I'm not saying a local that is living off of 15, 20,000 a month. I'm not even saying a local who lives for 30,000 a month. They're covered quite well. They have really good insurance when they go to America, but I think they can only be there for a month. Oh my God. Listen, let him think what he wants. How do you stay cool in hot season? Carefully. Really, I mean, it's pretty. I have to kind of. I mean, I used to walk for 4 or 5 hours before in the heat, and I would be sweating my ass off. Now I notice I don't sweat that much, and I think it's just because you kind of pick and choose where you walk. You can walk down the street and it's a 15-minute walk, and you might start to sweat a little bit, but that's not that bad. But if you're going to go for like, you don't know where you're going and you're like, oh, it might take me, 25 minutes, 30 minutes to get there. Well, maybe you'll start sweating and you'll be sweating your ass off. Um, you know, now, I mean, like I look at it right now, it's overcast. It's probably going to rain later. And I am not in a position where I'm going to sweat. I'm inside here. All I have to do is walk out to the street. I walk out to the street. Cab comes by. Put my hand out. Please stop for me. They stop. Hi, the mall, cop. Goes right to the mall. Drop me off at the mall. I'll get a couple of groceries. Then I walk out in front of the mall. There's taxis all lined up. And they're not like shysters trying to rip you off, at least most of the time. You know, once in a while you might get a guy who tries to get a little cheeky with you, but you put him in his place. But if you go out, most of the times they turn a meter on as soon as they start driving off. You know, like I tell them, oh, you know, go to Happy Land, and you know, tell them exactly where to go. And sometimes they'll go, oh, but I can't turn right here. Yes, you got to make a U-turn. You can't just turn right because it's against the law because other cars are turning in front of you. So you can't go right. And some of them, they just go, I'm going to go. And they just go anyway. Whatever, buddy. It's your ticket, not mine. I ain't paying anything. I'm not forking out one dime to these guys. And that most guys, I would say, out of about 25, maybe one goes. And that's about it. And usually they're very careful. They look and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But there's a police booth right there. So I just, you know, buy me die, cop. Well, U-turn ka na. If I now I'm in. Okay, that's it. So me, everything that you have said, it's kind of funny. Everything that you have said, not only have I rebuked you, many other people on here have said to you, dude, you're out of your mind. Listen, you could go out to eat almost every day with that kind of money. You could go out to eat. I'm just saying because I haven't done the math, but I'll say probably you could eat every single day, 2 to 3 times a day, going out to eat at restaurants. If you knew where to go, if you're going to a place that's maybe we'll say 250, 300 baht, you know, 900 baht a day times 30 days is 27,000 baht. That's about $850, something like that. So you could go out and eat at a restaurant every day. You don't even need groceries. All you need is stuff like toothpaste and toothbrush and, you know, stuff like that. I don't do that because you know why? I know exactly what I want to eat now. And, you know, sometimes I just go out and eat Thai food. I eat whatever I want. Now I've said, listen, I made a pact with myself. And I said, I'm at the age now, I don't have to work. I don't have to worry about it. I live good. So I made a pact with myself. This time, what I need to worry about is taking better care of myself and eating a lot better, a lot healthier. And man, I eat really healthy now. I mean, I eat like salmon, zucchini on the side, and maybe once in a great while I'll have some starch, but most of the time, no. For breakfast, I might have eggs. Maybe I'll have a half a piece of bread or a piece of bread, some cucumbers and tomatoes, maybe a little Greek yogurt. You know, I don't care what anybody else said, buddy. I'm telling you. I'm telling you from my own knowledge of living there, because I did live in Phuket, and also knowing Phuket very well, you know, fairly well. I don't know the bar scene that well anymore. I haven't been there that much, but yeah, okay. Well, then did a recent video adding up his expenses in Bangkok. I'm going to start. Listen, if I added up my expenses, our expenses as a family, dude, you would be shocked because it's a hell of a lot more than $3,200. That's like my expenses, including food. Now I have 2 kids, and they're grown. For you alone, yes, $500 is probably plenty to go to the grocery and stuff like that. Yeah, 2,000, 2,500, you can live pretty good. Yeah, decent. If you're living 3,100, you got extra money, man. You'd be saving that money. You should be saving. You should be saving $500 a month. And listen, when I say that between me and my wife, we're more than double that figure that you just said. Okay, and most of it is my wife saving, and is me saving, and is of things like health insurance, food, transportation, because my wife pays. She goes to work, and she might take the Grab like 5 mornings, and then she gets a ride home, or she takes the boat home, or something like that. And so then it's really cheap. It might cost her 100 baht, which is pretty cheap. It might cost her 200 baht to go to work. So she's paying 300 baht. That's 9,000 baht a month. right? That's just for her to go back and forth to work. Then there's her going out and getting things, going shopping, going across town. That's me also. I have to go across town. I used to use the BTS all the time. I still use the BTS, but like the other day, I went on the BTS to the Chao Phraya. Then when I was coming home, I go, I just don't feel like dealing with the BTS. I jumped in a taxi. It was like 220 baht coming back. Okay, that's not that much. It's like $7. Phuket might be a little more expensive because the transportation is more expensive. So buy a motorcycle. You can get a motorcycle for, brand new motorcycle for 100,000 baht, less than 100,000 baht. I've been living here for years and inflation is not much of an impact on me. The things that have gone up in price have not gone up so significantly. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I can tell you that inflation in Thailand averages 2%, which is about 2 to 5% less than in America and in many other countries. So the inflation here is a lot less here than it is in other places. So if you want to keep thinking that, oh, well, it's not that good and inflation is a motherfucker, okay, it can be. I will say that. Listen, I've said this before, but this has been years now. It's been going on. Milk has been 99 baht for probably a couple of years, 3 years. Before that, it was 89 baht and 94 baht, and sometimes it would be on sale for 79 baht. It's never on sale, ever. They might give you a free little milk with it or a yogurt or something like that, but it's never less than 99 baht now. And I always buy, that's 2 liters. I always buy 5 liters, and it's 225 baht. Okay, so each 2 liters is 100 baht. Then you get the extra liter for 25 baht. A nice townhouse in Phuket is 1,800 a month, only 2 bedrooms. Oh, Jesus. Okay, if you want to believe that, that's one figure that you got. Yeah, you can pay 18. You can pay more than that. You can pay. I know a guy paid $4,000 a month. So you can get a place for 1,200, 1,000. But you probably will look online, you won't look in Thai, and you'll never get the deal. That's it. You'll never look in Thai because you don't read Thai and you don't speak Thai. So get somebody who does to help you. Some girl that you banged a couple of times, you just say, listen, honey, I'll give you 2,000 baht. You got to help me. You got to help me find a place. 3,000 baht, whatever. You give her the money and she'll help you. Someone who speaks decent English, who understands the Thai system, and she'll go out and she will help you find a place. And you'll get a place for 1,000 bucks. Easy. 2 bedroom. And this is the thing. I've told people in the past, listen, you don't want to get an apartment in Thailand? Okay, that's fine. I'll get my wife and she'll find you a house and you'll pay less than you'll pay for the apartment. But nobody believes me. They don't believe me. And here I am doing it. And I've done it. And listen, our last house was nicer than the place we have now. But the place we have now, we're very comfortable in it. Okay. Yeah. I mean, listen, this guy's full of shit. All right. I'm tired of talking about this guy and to this guy. He doesn't want to listen. Don't listen. You're just like the guy who I tell, stay away from the bar girls other than for fun if you want to have a relationship, and you won't do it. You'll go, I'm the guy who can change her. She's different. My girl is different. Right. All right. So listen, you want to be like this guy? I would not say most. Um, yeah, I would not say most. I would say some, and that takes you doing your investigative work, asking her what her finances are like. I mean, you don't do it on the first date. Well, honey, are your finances good? Maybe a banger, and you've been seeing her for a week or two or a month. You see her like once or twice a week, and you've seen her for a month. Then you go, hey, listen, I got something I got to talk to you about. Let's talk about money. And it might be an uncomfortable situation, but at least you'll find out. And if she's lying to you, then when you find out later, you can go, listen, you lied to me, and that's a big no-no. I'm out of here. you know. And that's what I mean about planning, patience. You got to know the system. And I think I have a video coming up tomorrow. What is it called? Let's see here. What is it called? Let me figure it out here. I think it's about beating the system. And believe me, if you're paying $1,800 a month, you should have quite a bit of money, not $3,100, $3,400, or something, $4,000. You should have a lot more than that. But okay, let's say that you don't. You ain't beating the system, pal. You're not doing it by going to a place that costs you that much. All right, let me see here what it's called. It's called Thailand's Rigged Game. You were never meant to win. Can you trust the system? And what I'm going to say is to most guys, no, you're not going to beat the system here. The way you're going to beat the system is using Thai people to help you learn, to gain knowledge. Listen, this is one thing that I have no problem with. I don't care what anybody thinks about. It doesn't matter to me. When I go out, if I go out alone, I can take care of any situation, any problem by myself. If I was to go to jail, I know how to ask them everything. I know how to talk to them. I know exactly what to do. I can speak in Thai to them and they will understand me. I won't be like, me no understand you. Oh, you speak English? That's not me, man. Say what you will, but I'm a veteran here, man. I've been here for a long time and I don't have those problems. Guy like you can't even find a freaking place to live that's under almost $2,000. You're talking about a place that's almost $2,000. And you're like, oh, I can't live in Phuket for less than that. Oh, Jesus, you make me sick, man, because you don't listen. You don't want to listen. What you should do is go, wow, okay, how can I do that? How you can do that? Hook up with a Thai chick that's going to help you. Even if it's in Bangkok, take her down there. It'll help you. If you get a place and it's $800, let's say it's 30,000 baht. That's about 900. You get a place that's $900, right? You pay her, you give her 300 bucks. She's there for 4 or 5 days. She's banging you the whole time. You give her some money and she leaves. Well, now you save that money, spending it on her because she helped you find a place. But see, that's beating the system, which you don't want to do. So it's not that difficult. What's the average salary for a Thai woman, community relation? It really depends, man. Usually somebody like, let me put it to this way. A barista, a full-time barista might make 15,000, maybe 20,000. If she's like an assistant manager or a manager, she might make 25. If she works in an office, she's going to make 22 to 25 starting out. Why don't you just learn how to speak the language instead of being a dummy and using technology to do things for you? So I'm sorry, you can live for $4,000. You can live $3,100. It's all about what you want. It's so simple, and I don't want to keep bashing this guy. I really don't want to, but I'm telling you, dude, you are lost. You're lost if you think you can't, and and this is the thing. I drop truth bombs, and some people don't. They're fucking pussies. They can't handle it. And even if even if I'm wrong, which I'm not most of the time, maybe you should just go, wow, a lot of what he's saying is true. I don't agree with everything, but he's spitting out the truths, and I am. And the truth is that if you go by yourself and you don't speak English, a lot of times you're going to pay more than what you pay if you get a Thai to help you, or if you speak Thai. Now, I don't go because I know that once I walk up, that's the thing. When you walk up, You have a Thai person call, they expect a Thai. Then the Thai comes and she does all the talking. You're just sitting back like you're her boyfriend. She's moving in there. Hey, you know, she's going to give the Thai price. And if the Thai doesn't get the Thai price, they're going to go, "Thamai pang jang le? Why is it so expensive?" And that's what I did with my wife. I don't even go. My wife just shows me video of the place. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, let's go. All right. I trust my wife. I trust her in her opinions. This place is nice. It's got a little garden. Oh, and there's a place down the street. There's a nice park, and there's this. Okay, good. Every place that I've ever seen her live has always been a nice place. And we live in a nice village. Now, the house, it's a little older. We just had the roof replaced. It was leaking in 3 places. I told the guy, he goes, "Oh, okay." He looked at it. He goes, "I don't have everything I need." He goes, "I can't do it today." He goes, "And, he goes, "It's a Sunday. I got to go to work this week. How about next week?" I said, "Okay, no problem." So, we just did what we had to do when it rained, which was put some buckets down. Then when he came, he fixed the whole roof. Now nothing leaks. I've seen the same condo advertised on a Thai website on Thai Facebook for thousands less and only requiring 1 month security instead of 2. Yeah, exactly. No, we don't allow that. We don't allow that, and it doesn't work that way. Listen, I had the ceiling cave in my bathroom before, and I was like, "Why is the ceiling caving in my bathroom?" It caved into my bedroom one time. And that was because a cat was walking up and the water had dripped in because there was a hole in the top, but the roof was not, that bad off. But holy shit, am I out of juice already? Let me see here. Yeah, let me just do this here. Wow. I need a new battery for my computer. Anyway, I think I'm done. Almost done. So that's the way the ball bounces. And, the only thing I can say about YouTubers is, it's like your mileage may vary. Pick and choose the information that you use. I mean, you don't have to believe everything that I say. I understand. I might be wrong once in a while. I try to only give useful, pertinent, good information, solid information. I try not to give other information. I've told Jono before, Jono, you live in a place, it costs you $1,000 a month. You could live for half that if you wanted a house. Yeah, no, I don't want to move, and I like it here. And I don't know. Okay, I understand. His money, your money. Oh, so now it's about the wife. Listen, what do you think? I don't have any standards. My wife doesn't have any standards. She's a little farm girl who doesn't understand what a nice place is. She can live in a shithole. Dude, you are so lost. You need to. How much time have you spent in Thailand, buddy? I'm just asking. I'm curious. Listen, thank you to all the people who gave donations today. I think it was let me see here. What the hell was it? Raymond, Carlos, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And also Richard, thank you. Appreciate it. I really appreciate the donations. That's great. Always helps. And listen, I'm going to the South 2 months per year for 29 years. And in 29 years, do you speak Thai? You should speak Thai by now. Seriously. You should speak it fairly fluently, at least decently. Where you can talk to people, ask them questions, get by. You shouldn't have any problem by yourself. And is your wife Thai? That's the other thing. I do like this place. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because I'm completely alone. Maybe 1 month. Yeah, do you speak Thai? Have you ever learned Thai? How is your Thai? I'll put it in a multitude of ways so that you can. Answer me. I don't even have to use the headphones now because the music's so low. I know there's a lag, so that's why I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for him to answer. Just basics, not conversations. Well, listen, I don't care if you've been coming for a month or two, for 29 years, you really are you're lost right now. You need somebody who speaks Thai to help you out and tell you about the areas in Phuket where you can live for how much approximately, and you'll figure it out. I mean, that's all I can say. So I do wish you luck. And I'm telling you that for 3,100 baht, that's almost 100,000 baht a month, you can live fairly well. Well, I'm not calling him a cheap Charlie. If he wants to be cheap, he can be cheap. I know some people, they call it cheap. Listen, I always give a tip to drivers. I always give tips to, grab drivers, to whatever driver it is. I always give tips for food. Um, you know, I always tip. I always, pay. And I don't do it exorbitantly unless it's super good service. If somebody stood out like they go, listen, sir, this wine is really good, but may I recommend this one? It's only, 100 baht more expensive, but it's superb. And this one is, it's not so good. Oh, okay, wow, thanks. Then I might give them, if it's, who knows if it's 50, if it's let's say it's 20,000 baht, he might get, 5,000 baht tip. I don't know. It really depends. Depends on just how good the service was. 5,000 baht's a lot, but you know, even here they expect at least 10%. And I can't remember where I went the other day, but Sarni's. I was like, oh, should I tip? Well, I did tip on Sarni's. They added the 10%, right? They added the 10% to the 130. It was 143. Then it was 10 baht for tax. It was 153, and I gave them 170 baht. So they got an extra 17 baht on top of the 13 baht tip. They got 30 baht tip on 130 baht. That's a decent tip. And I'm not one of these guys who subscribes to what the US is going through, which is, you do something for someone, you hand them a bag of donuts, and now you want a 10 or 15 or 20% tip. I don't believe in that. I tell them to fuck off before I gave them the tip. Oh God. All right, that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. One more time, we'll say, do me a favor. Yeah, if there's a service charge, you don't usually tip. Now, if they're really good or you really like them or whatever it is, then you tip them. It's your money. And that's how it works. And yeah, that's another thing. Like in the coffee shops, they don't always get the money. And so there have been times in the coffee shop where there's a particular person that's been working, and they always are very helpful. And I don't put the tip in the tip jar. I just go, hey, come here for a minute. And they come over and I slip them 100 baht or something, and they're happy. I don't do that all the time. But listen, living here day to day is much different than coming here uh, as a tourist. So that'll be all I've got to say. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Good luck. And if you don't mind, please click the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the super chats, hit whatever else. Everything's down in the description. You can do the Cash App, you can do the Patreon, you can do there's so many, I don't even know how many there are now. I wish they just did one, cash, and that's it. How can we get you the cash? Okay, use the Cash App. That's it. It's good around the world. Boom, you get your money. I wish that's how it is, but it's not anymore. There's 50 different ways to leave your lover, and there's 25 ways to get paid. So anyway, that's all I got. I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Thank you, and I'll see you again on, I think, on Thursday, but I'm not sure because we leave in the morning, I think. I don't know, sometime. So I'll get back to you guys. All right, I'll talk to you later.